say akpama let me have one aji. Morning show news and view segments is on. The opinion segment comes later. EPA joins us 8:30. So today we are going to be with you for a very long period discussing all the relevant topics. So don't forget also me have the Ghana National Fire Service store getting me a choice ole fire safety week do da ole no fafia wo vovo to ya pala oji lo gegere mi aji hele no fafia wo memi ta eyi ke mi ga jajara mdole mi hapo memi ajo a de kare ike chita mana mama ekpele mi enye mi afe plug so de le mi afe socket o mera bo bene mi chi socket okra power ga eno na we meta ne mi gbelon da yin ami chobe mi chi la power ga no na me ko ga kene mi de le me a ede mi aji for me ape fridge okule tv o ne tv guard alo fridge guard no le no a ma ya te on ada silonga ke mamle kadia o che mi akpo be mi chi onwe mi ale nkude mi ape wiring system on mi ame yo ko kado ko chi akpolo no view yo ape mi le nzido mi ale nkude yo cho no kura pe cylinder o pe hihe no lenda da pe yo malo kon ne hihe o le beneno like Nyama, I don't want us to have that conversation now. But the one electric in yao, yes, so me akpo ma opete egbo kole susu bejo pa megbo jeje na wadidi apoto. Let me pass you mo afisi afikwa. Me ale nkuro Frank
Eto.
Abo.
Yes.
Doji.
Mami.
Call me.
Madam.
Hitler.
Opete.
Wezo.
Meso don't we.
No fiala hojujo.
Pete ke.
Agbe won oba me ga gbogbo ba agbe won ke a.
By the same agbe won ya ko kede.
Oba ku mu melo okay na.
Oh, ga kene nya malai. Henya ya lo me ako. You are just a thin line between that thing and death.
Agbe won ke da.
Tane ya fo ya ko agbe won ke.
Ayo.
Okay, afia me fo a.
O fonye.
No vinyo wedi.
Odo.
Fonye.
Odo.
Bueno, we le do.
E kuro fo la fama.
E wole bi attack
E
po.
kuro fo la fama.
Efia me nyare bia we. Togbe butonya ji ko aton de nya kelele be.
Togbe butonya ji ja ye kuro fo la fama. E che seme be ye kuro fo la fama ko seme. Togbe bi ga don di now. All right. Mi be mi afa nu fle la o. Obe yo ba ho ga de o yo ho de. Ebi akhle paper keke to ya ho ya akhle paper la aw ya ngole kan ko be akhle paper ya ngole de kotoku be ya ba ko is kore how
you see Jijo, seriously, in as much as I condemn the practice, at the same time I will not be quick to blame them so much.
Why?
Because that government of that day decided to devalue the money. who decide be a gargando lake he no copy paper now into a value I could dokume fine you have a coins over the do like coins today and meanwhile the elebeno emoji no plagba no lock coins the butume no coin no la plagba yeah. So me I will not blame them so much.
So, there are things you expect to have video noji.
Fine. Gake you don't expect.
So 10 pesos 10 pesos or chia fide 20
pesos.
Amedele
no jira even no petela coins small o plan 30 pesos, 40 pesos, 30 pesos. So imagine at the end of the day coins ke sunu aloko ya peme. And coins select paper. Tano ya gba fele na lo coins ho sigbe akoye no fele fa. So in all this me I blame the government for devaluing the money. Can you imagine one cedi after for time over the ball of KK you buy for 2,000 is now 20 pesos, the value is the same. Is it true? Is it true that the value is the same? No, it is not. The whole blank void. Instead be no keep it sigbe dey have je ko ever le do le coins na mi.
But me have coins
na yi bank. Enya be na yi bank be.
The coins you know anyi rolling time. If that angle be a tre like o me have if you can sogbo.
At that time. Ne tank ni na paper me be ma compare.
Me be coins you do me le fifie. Play rollings be coins we. E ka always sogbo.
E ke sogbo.
Okay, because when I'm 1 cedi.
It means you want your 5 pesos.
We have two faces.
Can you imagine?
Have 2 cedis. We have two cedis paper again. So let's talk about the coins.
2 cedis paper, they face it off. Or face it off.
Even the 1 cedi crab, the paper I'm not.
Paper I check out
Jojo. Coins the 2 face coins. So 2 face coins of 1 cedi.
1 cedi.
Then we have 2 cedis. Then we have 50 pesos. We have 20 pesos. We have 10 pesos.
And many video crutch 5 cedis will have coins.
The 5 peso I had mega 10
mega
jejo.
Egombe ogbebe maga hoya
crutch. But rolling spare coins also borrow these coins.
Gake edinu egbe.
Then what did it and I'm home phone? So
when
I never do kekendi, never now 10 cedi. Maybe coins me coins you are. Ya never now omedu ocho omedu ochogao. That go to pochola ever if you wa vodo. Kemi they wake up in the morning expecting you to give them coins. That if you give them the 10 cedi, I tell you, if you come, yamechinam kabawa, me you make belemoji. And now when I give you that coins, you don't want to accept it because so what are we doing?
So Ekimiade is
just never got 20 cedis now. Ebe paper jile fear hot 20 cedis that but when you mechina kaba na egba coins I don't know ire amije paper agbe. Ya fifi me ko gagbagbo now. Ya mi ole bobo na nye pakpolo che
egbe di kan ke je dogomo coins na ya be coins ogele the whole day.
You see that mentality be ever no flefele nyegbo ya fele no 1 cedi ko flefeva me choma fele na meregbo ya enuma 1 cedi ko ma fele ebe oh sister people like come do asilo o ta na fa be ma wele no I'm okay ma wa jira no na back pe I wanted to follow up on her in the next market they find out whether ejira no or ejira no
market day
no yeah photo my video so she'll forget. So some of the things we are just contradicting ourselves.
You see, seriously.
When I come early morning, you go gagba na you sig be ko wa de funa ile nkeke emepete. Ya fi me ko gagba na o cha be wele gomeje amuava no 1 cedi play.
You see, in all this, me, I just want to appeal to the government. No, but normalize a guy. I cannot imagine back 200 cities, 2 million, bereto, I cannot imagine. That's a very fair.
If you have a gaganta,
I will like if you have devalue.
If you 2 million, man, and I could get a numero.
Blibo.
Briefcase,
yes, I came here. Yeah, but see, Nigerians are busy. They are busy comparing our currency with their money.
Oh, you're chopper guy.
Tane koyo offer two. Ne komye me offer
200
200 cities.
naira.
Yeah, you offer 2,000
Naira.
naira or 20,000 rather.
20,000 naira. Yeah, you offer
You offer
200.
200 cities.
Like you're chopper guy for me.
Gake you offer gake me a to hole me. Me a to ma play. Semi bag am fe kwa play. Ma boga keke gacha akoko ya mo.
Yes, you know, in one breath, a guy or the value guy, with the deception, then oh, a guy like boss son, I mean, the value is the same. A head jelly ball of king, a hamaka no gaji that he hear me no say. The value is in the same anyway.
And I watched the video last time. Honorable Jifaguma, she also play a role in that video.
Yes, so I made her video man the other time and she was there. She was actively telling us that the value is the same. Now this is where we are. And I can make the fool. Yeah, for do me like bo. The me abubo abia be me boy there. Me apechan game dudua. I don't let me away.
We are move away from that. So, but they would rather normalize the money. No normalize in a way be coin steady. Mava with paper or and to add value to the papers to la no de no pass yoji no je na ho gasi be ko de o cha nya be o I honde and onya pete kimi
eyo akpe weva onyo
e cho mi aga yo mi ake
mi aga yo mi ape jefele si wa gbali me.
Then quickly let me take you to the papers. Let me start with Republic Press here. Say Mahama faces TUC hate over post-election appointment revocation, and it looks as if this issue is not dying now.
Yeah, it's not dying. I saw something earlier. Was it this morning that no nurses, affected by the revocation, and then you are arise, but yet the nurses are being and then the other ones teachers, and then the other ones are affected. So
in this case, Ministry of Health should take orders. They should learn to respect the president. That's it.
Yeah. I barrack not against what you are saying. It's rather in support of what you are saying. Okay, and when you be walwa, nurses open front line so walwa.
Okay, if you share me for her and make me talk about your mother, so make I fair now. The appointed authorities say do this. If you refuse, who will pay them?
And let me it's from the classroom when they are telling us that a teacher and a nurse who is more important. That essay we have been writing. Yoko pollute me after my kakamikochi. And then everything we want to do, kakamiva lekpo, they prioritize some of the sector workers than the others. Edowa afakoni now. Nakami edowa walele asede ofe kpomji. Then ona pass through the system easily. We must be fair to all of them. When they are going to school, or either school for
meanwhile, in all these professions, is the teacher that taught them. Then, in relation to the appointment revocation, Daily Analyst also reported says stop termination of appointment. TUC tells Mahama. But on the contrary, it's a National Service Authority sack volunteers.
Okay.
Then on the same page on Daily Analyst, Dumso not back. Deputy Minister nominee for Energy assures. We all know Dumso, whether he's back or not. Gas all the gas, but all the teba into power here. So it's not just by saying. Then let me go to the.
We've been told a year here they go, but soon the energy minister will be addressing us. So all the details. New York, there is some stability in power supply apart from the Yanto Blue Alarm. That like call a deal with it. And all the question me abia.
Then away from Daily Analyst, let's go to the Daily Graphic here. How do we, is it inaugurate? BOG governor, is it inaugurate
Sworn
or
in.
sworn in? Okay, sworn in, yes. So in swearing in the BOG governor, it said restore monetary stability. President taxed BOG governor and first deputy. Then in relation to that, they say governor pledges stable exchange rate.
Okay.
So if it says stable, what does that mean? Is it going to be at a 15 Ghana cedis to $1, or it's coming down, or it's going up?
So we are waiting to see how he will be able
It
to
should-
stabilize.
It should not just pledge stable for us. We should just give us
No,
rate
the stability.
that is
you know
going to
where
reduce it.
the indicators, you are the system. I mean, how the things are going.
Okay, so
because
now
they also have a role to play in making
okay,
sure
he
they
is now the
stabilize
yes,
this,
he is now the head.
the city.
The BOG governor is now the head. He should tell us that okay, you take 10 cities and you go for $1.
But they just sworn in the person. And in his acceptance speech, or what, and he said that.
Have you heard that I am in a hurry to change this country before? Have you heard that?
And when the person said that, was the person able to give us any blueprint, any roadmap? He just said, "I am in hurry." I mean, how
it is
hurriedly.
adopted word, so we need to now put it into action. So me, I borrowed that word and I'm using it. I am in a hurry to tell the BOG governor that he should not just tell us.
Nature now.
Okay.
You.
So on the same daily graphic, minister urges foreign missions to improve condition of visa centers, and that's Okujeto Ablakwa.
Yeah.
And I agree with him. Tijo, have you ever tried that you want to take a visa? You go to some embassy, they leave you under the mercy of the weather. Whether rainy.
You want to go to my country, and you want me to.
And they start frustrating you here.
It's not going to be easy. So
And they don't feel me business always. I'm okra open a plastic chair that they tell how high now energy.
You want to go to my country.
Oh, serious, it's just bad. So I wish Honorable Kujeto would now sit on these embassies
And insist.
You cannot come to our country when we are applying to go to your country. Then you start
we give you all the
frustrating us.
comfort you need.
Yes.
We are not frustrating you. You walk on our streets. No one is
Can you
harassing
imagine?
you. You
Eh,
do
you
whatever
can be in the line.
How that collaboration will go. America at DJC, and I'm not sure any Banto DJC. Okay, having the guts to speak to write to them, notifying the fact that LG minyanu chonu pa. Like since you are refusing to work on it to correct, those wrongs, we want to draw your attention to it now. Those things needed to be corrected.
Yes.
Then you've overfeed the way me a demigod.
Hey, I'm a rock round devote now for whole life. I plod one way to go a handbag. Nene, Avovino Dechi, Plodo. I know the first say they play. Meanwhile,
do you know how they feel when they are walking around those ones? Meanwhile, those ones are here working, and then the payments, the whatever money they get is going direct to their account.
yes.
A gacha ben or the West because the whole while direct to a guy country. You see, so they are just with us. Okay, we pride in just walking around
them.
all of your like name your turn up you play your voice.
Well, it's also.
I can tell me what over your voice boss way. Yaka boss way.
Yeah.
Now they achieve all the work.
Okay. I told you gay boy. Ta gay boy.
So when you see them, then for 50 minutes, we are tasting a very
Akpolodo, I don't sick bears, the whole if you just sick bear, I will get Dutch in a when you gay boy can a boy of whatever year. Come here for the finger cow, me for the Akpolodo. I don't hide
our slave masters. Unless it's about the mentality, okay? me, let's work on it. And me, Ghana, though.
Yes.
And Ghana,
I've been saying people are here. They were born here, they made it here, and they died. I can mention names. So me, I believe strongly I can also make it here.
And you are making it.
Yes. Yes. I'm making it in the name of Jesus.
Welcome.
Then the good news here is President Mahama delivers maiden State of a Nation address tomorrow.
Sure.
So everybody with your pen and your jotters, you sit down before the TV and radio and make notes.
Yes, we are. We'll jot to the point. And then our hands will be very busy.
Yes.
Social media will be bustling with
no busy.
all the major points that will be stated by the president. Konyi fafa about the then administration, the havoc they have caused, the crime scene they have, created in the Ghanaian economy. What else are we going to hear? You want to hear something about 24-hour economy implementation?
Yeah.
You want to hear something about the roads, what they'll be doing? What exactly do you want to hear? After that will be the budget presentation. So, make time to listen to the first State of the Nation address by the president tomorrow.
Yes.
And again tomorrow, the NEF, that's the National Education Forum, across the country tomorrow. Then hand over the final report to the president on the 28th of February. The they've clashed.
Can you
And then Akraka Tojo Tole. Wrestling play taekwondo we have a new subject now. Radicalism, fear the view, how to go on rampage.
Even the normal PE to keep the student fit crutcher is no longer there. PE teacher, they just made them redundant. Let's go me. But funny enough, do you know when you go to university, you want to become a PE teacher, you learn a form of a bit of taekwondo, boxing. And the first time I witnessed the assessment, I was so mad. I said, no, this shouldn't happen in our schools. How can you, a teacher, somebody who is coming to train, to go and train the young ones, you are teaching the person boxing? And what for all the ring me kaka agba seriously, I you will not like the situation. I witnessed that in University of Education Winneba. Boxing assessment, that is an exam lo that the mo heto kala no view ngoti ogbafu ya ho is it a proper thing? Do you call that fitness? But do you call but PE master, you don't have to blow somebody before you score your mark. SMA. School view meton le teach o meton school view fear cho school view inherit like gbogbo me over general and it is not proper. Me wa find you school v me na cho kaka me how come a whole school decided they are going to fight a whole community. And
community also
fight the students.
So 2 people have been invited, detained, grant the bill.
Why should they grant the issue of 48 hours? Why should they grant them bail? Seriously, it's not proper. And poke jole bokura over ye peace wa fellow peace talk lo ya batrozo. And I'm a video kwambe soja vo kenka soja vo wale fuma. Soja vo heva.
Let's start identifying the notorious schools. Well, we are doing naming notorious schools now.
And is it that alone? It's not. No, wow. Manchester.
Let me tell you, I better came in some towns during the election here when you're hotspots. Let's start identifying the schools and then
probably the issue of the military, the issue of deploying the military and the police. If me and me like no called the Palavuvine when you are to do down. And if the military and the police decided to go and mount a post in the school, gradually the students will become used to them. back problem, we share the experiences we have with the security, with those days, watchmen, security. You move on away, but currently, the students are no longer, they don't value them for anything. They don't see them as workers in the school, as somebody who is going to, like, keeping security for them. So gradually, when we start sending these soldiers and police there, gradually, they will become used to them. But as humans are they? Yeah, they are also humans. By all means, and don't forget, you have fine girls in the school. Some of them see their front, you see their back. Uh-huh. Yes. So gradually, the system will corrupt. Yes. So I will say it again. This morning I heard somebody is proposing they should bring back experimental school, how the experimental system has been rolled out to correct some measures. And seriously, now, Cornwalla, as we are saying all these things, have you heard of human rights? They are quiet too. Have you heard of Ministry of Education, Ghana Education? Have you heard of them? They are very quiet on this issue. So fika ke to mi lege kpelenya ke fifi he de vio ho le wawale. Enya we kelo. Enya manok bolo esi ayi.
Okay.
Let me end it with you with the last paper here. Daily Ghanaian Guide. Protect the independence of the Bank of Ghana, Mahama tells governor. Then the VIP urged Council of State to play constructive role in constitutional reform. Yes, so that's for the papers, John.
All right. That's it for the papers. And the Salaria Eye Med and Optical Suppliers. They are providing services such as comprehensive eye examination and treatment of eye conditions, auto refraction or keratometry. We have visual field examination for glaucoma diagnosis, dispensing of spectacles and contact lenses, corporate screening and outreach services. They have as well in stock quality spectacle for men and women, children as well. They have the ophthalmic lenses, photochromic lenses, blue lenses, lens solution, contact lenses, and shades. They are also accredited by the DVLA for eye testing. If you want to acquire new driver license or you want to renew your license, you can walk to them for eye testing examinations as well. Mondays to Fridays, you can locate them between the hours of 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. They're available. Saturdays, again, they work 9 a.m. to 2 p.m. And on holidays, 9 a.m. to 2 p.m. They are in Ho, the new, so in the Volta region at Ho, ground floor of Max International Building, not far away from the NHIS regional office. The first floor of Aivo Story building. Omele for the name yata the first floor. Pete sube mano ejiano gbogbo. You understand? And le genu to Malikem Hospital behind Zoom Lion headquarters, West Trasacco. Insurance all level Volvo. Aike wo accept na. The Wenya Acacia Health Insurance, Metropolitan Health Insurance, Apes Health Insurance, Nationwide Health Insurance, Equity Health Insurance, Blair Insurance Bubu. You can contact them for more details on 0544 0544 927 175 0544 927 175 0209 126 0209 0126 668. You when ye pick up with your a hogbazing you pope dodu meto when ye rocks a stock but echiole jaja or kolo. So you learn from the mistakes of others. Na do a kakple capital hokolo. Na do kakple a hogbala a dodu when you rocksters or wanna roofing sheets out. Metal trusses or wanna aqua POP cement lo porcelain joists to o kata wole wosi POP cement but a bubu sia rocksters ope sheet profile voa wole amadede wole wosi titre me ocho wole vovo tato kwenye be na yogbo mi adwe ike anyo now wava adoamo the expert hand so wava agba hɔ now na lekeleka ya be yese ha enya be yepe ho pe zingiwa wole eteno production period 3 to 5 days 3 to 5 days eye wa awo wodo menu now y'all at 0592 500 501 0592 500 501 Rockset quality and affordable akwado pele ho nu tomela fi udahana NIB Gajra Dofia NIB Gajra Dofia yo udahana. We are moving on quickly. We'll get the details, a few of them, and the headlines on City Newsroom. Opariado is here. It says, I will resign as NDC youth organizer if Mahama requests. Effective collaboration crucial for curbing CSM. That is the cerebrospinal meningitis. Titus Bayou. And then again on the same CSM. Outbreak in Upper West Region worsens. 173 cases, 16 deaths. Belena Medokia, Ele Vivimia Peñasalao. I was victimized for attempting reforms at Ghana Water Limited. Apenyo marking.
How?
Yeah.
How? Anyway.
Majority leader rejects call to summon Sam George over radio station closure. So another umpire is asking, which law allows you to close down radio station? And someone is also asking, which law permitted your then Minister of Communications also close on down those number of radio stations?
I make a radio close. What about the TV stations that also for victims those days?
And again, if
and they are talking about law, law. Okay, this is not law. This is simple common sense. They say you don't have authorization concerning your frequency. That's
or you've
why
not renewed your frequency.
Yes.
Or your license.
This is just common sense. This is not law. If you did not renew, you do not acquire it in the right way, you go off. Just simple as that. It's not about law.
Hey, you. If you say so today. Better cocoa prices will curb farm sales to illegal miners. That is from the Minister Designate for Agriculture, John Dumelo. Yesterday, he ended the second three of deputy ministers vetted.
And it's like we are no pressure.
Deputy Tojile, Habe, alone, no, you know. Now they are all conscious of what they are doing.
I also don't. I don't like some of the answers they are giving. As if they
you
are
don't
coach.
Like the questions. You don't like the answers.
Anyway.
Whether you are an active member of your church, I don't know how that affects our.
Can you imagine?
Whichever ministry the person is, whether you're a staunch member. Whether you are this, you know, all of those ones, but they all come out when the questions are being asked, and the jokes. We went to the same school, we studied the same, so I know that what we studied, and you know, we are not in the movie industry. If you go there, be serious. How do you say? I heard he was like, this man, what kind of advice is this? If all the movie industries want to read meaning into that comment, remember they are not serious people.
That is it. That's what it means.
No.
That's what it means.
To act, Kemi, you feel what they are acting.
That is the
to put you. Someone should act to put you in a particular mood.
That is the interpretation reading to even our senior high school. When you say you are going to do visual art, you hear a lot of comments. School card
there. Some parents, you know visual art. I want you to be in an office wear suit, and you are saying you are going to be drawing.
I want you to be in a cage and be counting money.
Now I go and ask those few in the industry how they are, making it traveling around with those things. So, the grand architecture so you see some mountains of a shape where if whether from volcano or the volcanic eruption in a mountain malform the shape so you marvel as a goma a geography student you had torn you realize college so if you are giving such an advice that when you go to the ministry is huge, it's this and that, be serious, you're not in a movie, how do you think it's easy to
I don't palo.
indirectly indirectly, okay, as if he's a joker. Ekpo American no advert we wanted to go and contest. Obama advert for you in the parliament.
Yes, something jokoto. No, as the advert was. Oh, can you imagine?
So the ones who think they are serious, be that oh. The ones who think they are serious, actually, students, or business students, or general art students, or yours, or nurse, or and so some of the courses already. Make one of your mevale or mevadin the course. So why are we studying them? Why do we have them in the system? A dopedo let me cover your many dope. But meanwhile, then the movie industry, okay, I'm making it big through the movie industry, and we are downplaying it.
And even John Dumelo, that is where female Bogara, because dark black, top it, Blomine, Egbenoco, Vayafia, Amenachina, the liar. And you may not blow Agbled, the Cratcher, Carriage, and the Cakbolem and Sibo. Even though no like Poffin, I'm sure he made his money through the acting. The
fact that me downplaying a door, I just want to use this medium. But I call aga don't go. But let me know the way that I need day. Menu, doko le do mea your way le duochi.
Yes.
I can like Ghana. Me ton le strong like me Adam Egbena or your word.
In US, the richest. I mean US. You can count the musicians, you can count the actors. You're regulate economy. Yes. So I don't know. Even Nigeria, you could count the actors who are making it big. They are regulating the economy. So I don't know why Ghana here, Miami Semebe, then you're acting for the fair year.
They are jokers. Then you might act when a favela peme, and you might learn your other time a magbolo. You think it's easy to pretend I'm crying and doing all those things?
Yes.
Oh, to put you in a romantic mood or to put you in a sad. Do you think it's easy? Are you?
When you're like, they don't know what they're
so let me let Hajila Kwabo on your sons anyway. On your Sakumo no to. On your
Kobolo.
Don't bow to forces of darkness on ECG privatization. Apenyo Markin tells John Mensah. Technology key to eliminating human interference in ECG. John Mensah says so, Deputy Minister for Energy. And then we have Ghana's shift towards renewable energy will be gradual. That's the same Minister designate for Energy. Dumso is not back. Deputy Energy Minister designates assures. Asante Hene the stools on whim chief of Galamsey. Oath desecration. Epe Kevayi last year and last 2 years. Yamie say the student yoza. Yet chiefs Ogalewa. So it means it is not deterrent enough.
Yes. So I watched the video and I said, oh, two for Elekewa Kakaka Chairman and the Kakwa Dojiko Gayole. Is there no any other way to do this so that the impact will be felt? So I asked that question myself, and seriously, I can make blochobedi. Bola miadole no lewe kodi. Me no suzo call a door. Me gagbo tojo scaveta or sis scaveta. Ola me vedeco. And if yawe he la sidela ingbound, ele gavide ho la side no leoche. No leoche na ovado 2 for boko 2 for child the stool and they hand them over to the court.
Okay. Let's take more headlines and preparing the details after that. Okay. The headlines, will have them. Major line says 2025 budget, Guta calls for tax cuts, currency stability, and cost reductions. Tanwa meton, yo dade minister Nkume. No, the minister is hot by now. Needs to meet the expectations of Ghanaians. in line with their own promises.
Yeah.
Ghanaian traders urged to comply as Burkina Faso bans cereal and bean export. From which country to which country? I'll tell you.
Yes.
Halt the mass dismissal of workers. TUC appeals to Mahama. Ghana first. Let's leave politics out of education. Dr. Samuel Ewuku. BOG Governor Esiama will put economy on path of sustained growth. That's from the president. Engage embassies on over maltreatment of visa applicants instead of a communique. Charles Oredu to Ablakwa. Abe mi aba no kpolon anoti than the communique. We need to expand financial resources used to fund education. Institute for Education Studies boss. And Galamsey fair cocoa prices will stop farmers from selling cocoa lands. That's from Dumelo. Yesterday it was in the news, 1,170 something bags, gallons of cocoa beans were not intercepted by the immigration officers. There no wakaba. They were quoting a price the other time. Is it 6,000? But no that yape cocoa the laupe beans or jinawe. No budget never kaba make more. Mechenya no fikemi. Akwetia MP praised Supreme Court to quash contempt of court against him. Oh, yeah, back to the Supreme Court. Okay, Supreme Court, how are you doing? Millemia Joe on this one. I will step down as NDC national organizer if Mahama asks about that one. Couples trauma after body placed next to them on flights. Okay, so I promised to tell you what it means by Ghanaian traders urged to comply as Burkina Faso bans cereal and bean export. So the Ministry of Foreign Affairs has alerted Ghanaian traders and businesses to Burkina Faso's continued ban on the export of cereals and white beans, urging full compliance to avoid sanctions. In a statement issued Tuesday, the ministry cited official communications from Burkina Faso joint communique. The numbers are there and the dates are also there, dated far back November and December. So reiterating the ban on the export of key staples including rice, millet, maize, sorghum and cowpeas. The restriction aims to safeguard Burkina Faso's domestic food security amid regional concerns over grain shortages and rising prices.
Why don't they ban tomatoes too?
So Ghanaian traders and businesses involved in importing these commodities from Burkina Faso are advised to take note of this directive and comply accordingly to avoid any sanctions or confiscation of goods, the ministry's statement highlighted. Now, let's go back to Burkina Faso. Burkina Faso initially announced the export restriction in December 2023, citing concerns over food sufficiency amid challenging climate conditions affecting agricultural output. The ban has since been extended as reaffirmed by the November 2024 communique, highlighting the country's determination to stabilize local food supplies. Ghana, a significant importer of cereals from its northern neighbor, could face short-term supply disruptions and potential price hikes in local markets as a result of the ban.
I'm happy.
$1
Everybody should start learning how to fast. You see, this will make our leaders reason up.
Are you sure?
Yes. And you see, I've been saying that Burkina Faso from time to time will open their Bagri Dam. Afuchi foremi agbo, agbalemi afa agbaleme nukuwe, echiacha avai. Maope didi, nane kedemi afa leader ome obenu the dam, Balugu Dam. Up to now, Ganene the project man make him make bodo rekele fuma. That dam is to harvest that water, so they can be using as what irrigation. then that will boost our yield. So I like the idea Burkina Faso decided to stop this so that they can have enough to feed on. No. So this should serve as a lesson to us. So our leaders should now put their feet on the ground now. They should encourage. So this operation feed yourself have to come in now. Everybody with a little land do a backyard gardens. I'm saying they don't there. So that
tomatoes, ginger,
na probably them ne bli ati ama ton do ne clan ti aton kimi atu wole me. Atu wole and luckily yes. So fifi ole be mi non ma me feel that they should learn to use the money appropriately, not misappropriation. No call Ghana be coin na call a public de la na sponsor no dark bloody. Send the money there. Don't go and put the money in the bank and be using it to trade. Don't go and buy polytank and pack the money. They shouldn't be doing that to us. That is where, and I like the idea so much. I like it.
It's not a matter of just liking it. So, the immediate effect.
No, that don't yell me. Me will doge and they go hear them. They go hear them.
Already there is, food, inflation. Anytime.
So from now, I'll start monitoring Ghana Statistical Service. Inflation figures. Is it going to be as low? Like hold on, the DDP election.
Beans if you had ready for. Eke bane. O reaffirm. O de jome zokra. Never made wa conspicate. Wa kwelesi.
We shouldn't be importing some of those things. Never a bli. Those days, me no school farming, the farming system where they shifting cultivation, and if I bleed the following year, I thought I eat every midday. And I've stayed in the village. I farmed before. They don't no fire neck body. Me I be one time harvest go I be blue neck before bubu gala chere at least me I buy ya be zeton. After atiaku.
I check a job.
I don't even know. You and I.
Azig belovetam no de le Kenya beledenya ofia. And no pe agro inputs we kwela mi o detail o metengala blood.
It is the capital, the seed money to start the farm because if you know people
tractor.
After I employ the services of a tractor. One home and crash a tractor because this enclave, Petela, only one tractor. And tractor, church the condition, I mean, 1 acre or more vow, 1 acre or more, vow. And like a
free burning tower,
yes, and the Gakimicha who you're the one lane. A gawasi, fine we are pogale, after I call up plow.
There are 600 said, I don't know
and you're him. Talking about the normal person. You know, I cost 600 Ghana cedis. I come and tractor driver. But gag balenya me na nema fanu.
After about fanu I know me ngolo.
Yeah, na ya tayanye be utike nu ya over giants on millions. I check me.
Ele nu blame me because the farmers are not following. Some of them are not following the instructions.
Yes.
So chemical residues so let me have a long map a million. Let me
no plus grade. Me finding ban do no your garden on a no your garden how. Me finding banyo le feminian can as you call me a bullet.
Amoga sonka there like a tedo no me antomia. Avaje.
Oh, the
cello be vete.
Mommy petene yak pokago, yak bora home, can I ball at your top boy.
Oh, nkafo ono le mi asi afelo alole
nyaki mi gbrafi okay me o me tato me kito le donu so I will still go with Minister of Agric Food and Agriculture ko le and no la minister and the deputy John Dumelo and the rest they should empower the people, the sectors, the office, the regional offices. They should empower. They should give them enough resources, enough logistics, so that they can move around and fire.
This government promised
Extension officers,
service center. In the
yes,
districts.
yes,
I care the law can go. You know, so when all of those things start, ease
yes. So I want to advise that they should take away politics from this kind of project. This is a communal project right now. They should take away as in you are wearing this color, so you cannot benefit.
A farmer is a farmer.
A farmer is a farmer. Yes. We have witnessed some in the past. Of course, seedlings. It's only party food soldiers.
And then some of the yanu fertilizer, what could be.
And they were home married, and they were chick, but so
assembly member,
they should take away politics from some of this project. We should come together as one people. Let's do this. Other than that, in the next 10 years, Bobia Dilemianu.
Mila ngba jirale hotutu kochenu vogede gale miaga ko adagbeleche
nyatepe anyigba jere hotutu eleche. Over the weekends I was yide takala benwe takala no to me agbelede ngba peto zu hotupe ozu afeme me le fimi chile jajale fimi va hogbo me chimeja o echimeja le hogbo mo
taja pore hoji
So this I should tell you that agbelede ngba we kimie
okay eyo
fi kemi vado fifi etepe bubu kemi vado
we are in a different era. Me from kuna bia de agle bia me yola agbelede and anyone ekela agbelede can hear na lododo from the government like they should prioritize.
And could you imagine be me senior high school
and you too when you are being supported when I kutepe wo kutepe vo
pepepe enyachemi enyame me senior high school so fe na yi okpo courses e wa agric na do school hall the o me fia meton ko ya
and they promise that school farming cover me SHS there.
So if you so I want to say parents should encourage their wards to go to and read agriculture in the schools. They shouldn't go and general arts. General arts, home economics.
And Nigeria call hairdressing, play novio do fe no so maison. All right, so when you go, you learn your certificate and young Congo Anyabe local activator culture kana cream I've got that time I experienced something before. I have to be directing the person who hot training but I have to be directing. Anyway, so it's interesting. Yes. And then madam so sometimes want to use you as an experiment and you see the things these apprentices do. Some of them cannot read and yeah.
Let me take you to City Newsroom. I was victimized for attempting reform at GWL Ghana.
It states exact reform, so we are going to
I feel back. Let's get the details. Minority leaders Alexander Apenyo McKean has opened up about his failed attempt to reform the Ghana Water Company Limited as board chair, revealing that he was relentlessly hounded by trying to push much needed challenge in the sector. During the vetting of the Deputy Energy Minister designate, Apenyo McKean used his personal experience as a cautionary tale, warning that entrenched political and bureaucratic resistance often block genuine reform effort in key state institutions. I tried to reform Ghana Water and I rather became the victim. It makes me sad as a politician because we wouldn't support each other for real reform. He lamented. That's true, definitely that he cannot state the real things anyway.
But the experiences he had when he was trying to bring a reform as a board chair.
I see, me if politicians like Apenyo McKean is saying some of these things, I don't see any truth in it, seriously.
Why?
Because one, it could be, this is my opinion. It could
be something that's a politician.
Yes,
I think the last
they said they just they could not. They said they could not support
each other.
each other. Yes, yeah. So that's this. Wanted to push in more food soldiers to get jobs, and he has been blocked.
Oh.
Or he
Is
wanted
that a
to.
reform?
Yes, maybe he wants
If
to.
someone say wants to bring a reform, is it about bringing in food? So,
Seriously.
all right. So even yesterday at the vetting committee, he said that what they do, people already have a perception about them. So the way when you came here as a politician, you don't tell the truth. That's a perception, because most of them don't. That if you're they are arrogant. There's another one. They are corrupt. They are this, they are that. Quite a number of things we all say is about them. In a way, they're for now VA, but how best can they deal with that? So since the story has not been able to detail the reforms, just leave it there.
Yes.
Not to
that's why I said it's my own words anyway.
you just imagining you. I think if you don't have any other, let's do this one.
Quickly, let me take another one too. This one is Apenya Eke.
Okay.
On the same city newsrooms. The two granted bail after Sokode SHTS clash. Probe committee to be formed.
All right, so probe committee to be formed. We understand the committee since Monday, but now let me know form when no the understanding I have.
Well,
so we'll follow up on that one and see if they have been formed, yet to be formed, and what they have been able to do so far.
Maybe the story can say the otherwise. So let me read a bit of it and see. Two individuals identified as the secretary and Fiato of Sokode Bogame, who were taken into police custody following last Sunday's violent clash between students of Sokode Senior High Technical School and youth from the community, has been granted bail. The Asafofia, who was also arrested, has also been released. The assembly member of the area, Mark Billions Bansa, confirmed this development to City. Okay, the committee will also be commissioned to investigate Sunday's incident. The clash, which erupted over yet to be disclosed grievances, resulted in tension between the
Which one is a yet to be disclosed
so
the committee has been formed, yet to be commissioned for work to begin.
So they are not coming out with the main issue. By this time, we should get to know the root cause of the whole thing. We get to know.
So apart from the ones you have heard, they went to town to eat, and Ejrevajo.
Miss I remember I don't could hear interview district municipal director of education. Every student all the way you know for lefe. I'm not sure ola one day one waha. I'm not sure do to grita igbomi. So any nyame Thomas e kanye kafifi.
If I'm a assembly member, Cheto.
No assemblyman to him may say me kwa kun for
Olawa.
If you have a group ola no the group mel and there were a Virginia baba get all do me. I love Virginia get all do me who tore poji punishi. Virginia chebe malo.
In the course of the disagreement, yeah, me have a phone ge. You do it call you poji, and then I'm your match of poji via phone hope. Yopete Zunya. So the development story I made also was sick by Yagake. Emma. We have this one quickly. Nemia ho hagbede kado kwa ako fufu lame na EP penu fafia. Ghana's household spending to hit 129.7 billion in 2025. Ghana cedis. That's from Fitch. So Ghana's real household expenditure is expected to grow by 2.5% year on year in 2025, following a modest 1.1% increase in 2024. According to Fitch Solutions, this rise will push total household spending to 129.7 billion Ghana cedis, to a 25.4% increase from the 103.4 billion Ghana cedis recorded in 2019 before the pandemic. The UK-based research firm attributed the projected expansion to easing inflation and improved CD stability in 2025. creating room for a more accommodative monetary stance from the Bank of Ghana. So it's in line with the promise by the governor after he was sworn in that he's going to make sure that he stabilized the rate. So no stabilized rate la the prediction from Fitch la akwabe totrovide avame. Like if we are still experiencing what it is now, if you have add a funami view. All right, yapenya salau. A few me news and view segments per one ado. EPA to however get me aji hena nufafia miji yanatodom 105.1 Global FM. For the conversation with the APA. My guests are ready, and this morning, Mia aga he no so strong play no fafia avenao Mia pe enya sela bele ke odo Mia gbo kuda ogbe ne mi da pe na me yo kata pe radio da ka ogale 105.1 pe ya valaji e atandia Mia ga se no fafia ke ele Mia se kuda ayame pe totro alo no wa won.
Think about the future children. Mankind wicked and wise. Destroying generational. Anyway. Cyanide that me.
The Environmental Protection Authority. Good morning.
Good morning.
How are we doing?
You're doing great. Yourself?
Yeah, if you're fine, I'm fine too. Okay, so good to have you back in the studio, looking healthy and ready for this morning's discussion or education to the public. And we want to take a look at ozone layer depletion. And if time permits, we'll look at mitigation or adaptation.
Okay, great.
Any of them. Okay, so.
So, when we talk about the depletion of the ozone layer, it's one of the phenomena when discussing climate change. So it's basically the depletion of the ozone is basically the situation where the cloud or the cover that is surrounding the Earth's surface, which is being destroyed by chlorine or the gases that we've talked about the previous weeks. What happens is the ozone is a form of a blanket that in God's own wisdom is used to protect the earth from UV rays coming directly to the earth's surface. UV rays from coming directly to the
earth.
Yes, earth's surface. And it's also from studies it is said that one chlorine atom can destroy over 100,000 ozone molecules, and that is before it is removed from the atmosphere. Yes, so that means that ozone is being destroyed quicker than it is naturally created.
Okay.
Yes.
All right. So those holes, I don't know any way we can patch them.
So I think naturally, that's what I just said. Naturally, they heal naturally.
Okay.
But at the rate at which it is being depleted, it is not healing as quickly as it is being depleted. That is where we are having the issues now, because the chlorine and other things that we are putting to destroy it can destroy. I said one chlorine molecule can destroy about 100,000 ozone molecules. So you can just imagine, it's a situation where we are destroying more than it is healing.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay. The effects are more. All right. So the rays, the UV rays that it's supposed to prevent some of them from directly reaching us right on the earth. Those rays, do they have any effect on us? They do. Okay.
Yeah. So some of the effects, they have increased risk of skin cancer. So when the UV rays are hitting your body directly, they increase your risk. So the probability of you having a skin cancer is heightened, or the probability goes up as compared to when the UV rays are not hitting you that much.
Okay.
And they also increase the risk of cataract. You know that, right?
Yes.
Well, it has to do with your
The eye.
Yeah. And it has, or it increases the risk of your immune system. So the damage on your immune system when the UV rays hit the earth directly is also high. And as usual, our plants are at risk when we have a lot of the UV rays hitting the earth.
Okay. I don't know if you should take them one by one, expatiate that. But let's talk about the plants. I'm interested nowadays. I'm interested in agriculture and all of that. So maybe I want to start farming. So let's see how it affects the plants. It prevents them from.
Okay, so when the rays hit Earth, you know the heat in the system is kind of high.
Yeah.
And we need optimum heat and optimum rainfall. Everything should be in moderation. But once this heat hits the Earth's surface, it's not all plants need that much heat. You understand?
Yes.
So once this thing hits the Earth, it increases the risk of the plants losing their life. And also marine life.
Okay.
The aquatic
Life.
life. Yeah.
And also, it's when the UV rays are hitting the plants directly, there is this situation where the growth of the plant is highly undetermined. So sometimes it leads to extensive growth, abnormal growth, and then the other times to no growth at all. This is because of something I think it's stress B, UVB stress. That's the term used to describe it. When the UV lights are hitting the plants directly, it distracts the growth of the plant, and also it affects the DNA synthesis. Like the DNA compose of the plant. It affects it, making it impossible to determine the growth of the plant at a particular point. So yes, these are some of the effects of UV rays on plants.
Okay, so skin cancer and the eye cataract and the plants as well.
And
So
your immune system.
and the immune system. The immune system, how is that one too? How does it happen?
So once you are almost always one dehydrated, there's your body isn't used to the heat that is coming down, so it will impact your body as a whole.
Okay, so let's see. For someone listening to be able to get the understanding of this UV rays you're talking about, is it the sunshine that we're talking about? The more the sun shines, the more we are exposed to some of these things. Is that what it means exactly?
Yeah, so the UV rays basically is the ultraviolet rays from the sun. That's the UV. So this is not supposed to have direct contact with us. That is why the ozone is there. It's supposed to protect us from it. Not fully. We need a little bit of sun, but we don't need too much. Yes, but what is happening as a result of this depletion is we are getting too much directly on Earth's surface. That is causing the heating of the Earth's surface, these heat-related human illnesses, and then effects on plants and aquatic lives.
Okay. So now that we've talked about what this ozone layer is, we've seen the effects of the depletion of the ozone layer. So now what we want to look at, how then do we help the depletion? Is there anything we can do about it, or how best do we as humans take care of ourselves? What do we do to make sure that we prevent this direct rays from reaching us?
So ozone layer depletion is caused by some gases which are manufactured. So we can talk about the chlorofluorocarbons, halocarbons, refrigeration. Those things that are used, those gases that are used for refrigeration and cooling. So we have the chlorofluorocarbons, which are the CFCs. We have the halocarbons, HFCs, the halons. These gases are manufactured. So we are saying that we would have to move from usage of this to a more appropriate technology that would not emit such gases into the atmosphere. By that doing, we'll be reducing the gases that actually deplete the ozone layer, thereby allowing the ozone to regenerate itself. So over time, if we reduce how much of these gases we put into the atmosphere, our air conditions and all that, that's why we advocate that when you are going to get your air conditions and your refrigerators, you should get a highly rated ones, which are the 5 stars. The rate at which they emit these CFCs or the ODS, that is the ozone depleting substances, are low. So we should actually go in for these ones, so that over time we can allow the ozone to regenerate itself naturally.
Okay. So in addition, Ghanaians don't like how do I say it, change. So someone buys a fridge, the person will use the fridge, it will be passed on from one generation to another, and that is it. Once the fridge is working, he or she doesn't see the need to change it. So all fridges manufactured before 1994 have CFCs in there.
Okay.
And I'm sure when you do a survey around, you will see a lot of people using fridges from 30, 40 years ago. Once it's working, the person
they
will
are cool.
use it. And these are the man-made chemicals that affect the ozone. So we are saying that so you just stop using your old, any fridge or any AC that you have that was manufactured before 1994 automatically contains CFCs. So you have to move from that. So I think we have new ACs that use inverters as cooling, and that is what we are advocating. We are advocating for substances that are eco-friendly. That is the only way we are going to solve this
problem.
ozone layer depletion.
Okay. So are there any indicators for us to look at to know this electronic gadget is eco-friendly, apart from maybe the ratings 5-star?
The manufacturer's manuals say to that.
Okay.
So basically so there is a standard authority that allow these things to come in. They vet these things before they are allowed
But
in
we
the
still
open
have the
market.
other ones to sneak in.
There is no perfect system. We'll say that there is no perfect system. So, yeah.
Okay. It's not perfect system, so we have to do what we the 5-star ratings, the manuals, we read them. We also ask questions when you go to the shop to buy. I'm sure they'll be able to explain to you which ones are eco-friendly air conditioners, eco-friendly refrigerators, and the other stuff. So we're talking about the ozone layer depletion, the effects on us. We've also looked at the causes and how best we can, mitigate it. The adaptation. What are some measures we are taking so far?
So we are talking about when we are moving into climate change mitigation and adaptation activities. So we all agree that climate change is happening, and we are all experiencing some effects of it. Because we are already committed to some level of these, we would say responding to climate change involves a two-way approach, which is mitigation and then adaptation. Yeah, so we are trying to reduce emissions of and stabilizing the levels of heat trapping greenhouse gases in the atmosphere. That is mitigation, and adapting to the climate change, which is trying to change our ways to go along to the situation currently that we are in, and that has to do with capacity. So those are the two approaches to climate change responses: adaptation and mitigation. So maybe we can start with mitigation, then subsequently we will discuss adaptation more.
That's fine. So the mitigation no.
Okay, so when we say mitigation, it's how we reduce the effects, or how we dim the effect down. So we have the avoidance, we have the you avoid, you reduce the effect. So when we say avoidance, anything that we will do that will make us release these greenhouse gases, we stop it totally. So instead of driving, you say you walk. Instead of driving again, you say you ride a bike. And there is nothing like emission here. That is you avoiding. You reducing means you planting more trees to absorb these gases, because the plants will automatically take in the CO2s and its related gases and emit oxygen. So once you grow more trees, automatically you are reducing the emission levels in the atmosphere.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
So basically, it's so we are just trying to reduce the flow of heat trapping greenhouse gases into the atmosphere. That is by reduce. So we have to reduce the things that we do that produce these gases, like burning of fossil fuels, as he said, our vehicles. Then we'll talk about deforestation. That is reducing our carbon sinks. There are those activities that we spoke about, the human activities that contribute to the increase in the concentration of greenhouse gases. We would have to reduce those activities and then move towards afforestation, practicing of renewable energy, adapting renewable energy, and all those things. So basically, mitigation refers or is just defined as we trying to reduce the level of greenhouse gases that we emit into the atmosphere through our activities. Yes.
Okay, so as households, what should we do as households, individual households? What should we also be doing to help in this regard?
Yes, we should manage our waste properly and avoid burning of our refuges in our homes. Waste management is key to this, in that what ends up at the landfill sites must be, we advocate that it must be generally reduced in a very high volume, because at the end of the day, the processes of removing these things from our environment also contributes to some of these greenhouse gases. So we don't want you to produce a lot of waste. That's how can we advocate for the 3 R's: reuse, recycle, reduce, reuse, and recycle. So you reduce the amount of waste you generate. That is assuming you are going to buy toothpaste for your kids, toothbrush for your kids. You can buy, if you have 4 kids, you can buy the 4 in 1 pack. So you don't have to buy 4 packs for just individual toothbrushes. So if you have buy 4 in 1 pack, that is 1 pack waste that you are generating. Then recycling. If you are done with your Milo tins, you don't have to throw it away. Maybe you can reuse it. You can put salt, sugar, something in it. And then if you are going to the market, you got a bag from the previous market day. When you go home, don't destroy it. You go back with it, and you can reuse it also. Or when you are done like school, don't destroy your books because you've completed JHS. You might want to just give it back to the school, or give it to somebody at home, so that it can be reused. And by this doing, we are reusing. When we reuse it, it means we have prolonged the lifespan of that particular thing becoming waste. And then in so doing also, we are reducing the amount of items that end up at waste sites. Then we talk about recycling too. We can, our rubbers, our plastics, people are actually buying these things, and you can make money off it. So you recycle these things, and then we get more products from it. Plastic chairs. We are getting new bags from our rubbers that we use. People are recycling it and producing bags for our kids and all that. So with these 3 R's, even from our homes, we can adapt this and then try to do our part in bid to reduce the adverse effects of climate change.
Okay, in our bits, we can do that. And the rest, I'm sure the major effort lies with us individuals.
Yeah.
What we can do to help the ozone layer heal, quickly as possible, to prevent all these heat waves and the cascading effects. Anyway, I think it's enough for today, and we'll end it here. Next week we'll come back for another topic. Bepe yes lo eyo kata kude ayamepe nuwa wonti. Eya wemi galen kude ndiki akpa ikenye. Ike ko miese na bo ayamendele line ndele ike hena ndo pesese. Eleke ndo hesi ma do mi agboa. Obele ya vide ike va webe ndo pesese ele mi agbodum. wale ike wole bene waje ele fude na mi aba megbeto dolele kucheche do le vava bia pe la mesen pe nono agblede nya okole bubu osia tomeche ele fude ma le gbegbe eata over here be nu yokata wo fiandi ya mi ale for de wo nti kule susu viento mi pe home no zazan afa me no zazan kule susu be mi a alenku de wo be ma aga no ayame pe avɔ vuvu ma yi ke hendo kple mia domea bene wa ateŋu agbogbo atre be wa ahemɔ ɖa dɔléle kple nu ƒe ŋugblẽƒe yiwo katã hele mia tum ame yiwo ƒe ŋkɔme sia you heard from Wise Cosmos Dagbe and also Henry Nono all from the EPA. Next week Wednesday they are back 8:30 for another topic for education. Thank you, gentlemen, for coming to our studio this morning.
Thank you very much.
Thank you for having us.
Enjoy the rest of the day.
You too.
The strong generation.
26th of February 2025. Time for the opinion segment. 5 minutes on 9 o'clock is our time, and the gentlemen are ready for today's discussion, which is the last for the day, and always on the show. We have Honorable Odobisa joining, and also William Tim, Movement of Change, and as well NDC. You're welcome, gentlemen, or let me say, old gentlemen. Oh, let me say old gentleman and then young gentleman.
Old gentleman.
Any one of you. Any one of you want to accept?
You are a road.
A roader. Did you miss your road? I miss your road. Oh, you're still on road.
I'm also on the road.
Anyway, you're welcome to the studio.
Thank you.
I hope you're doing well.
Yeah, very good.
His Grace.
Okay. Yeah, you chop something?
Not yet.
Okay. You.
Like, I got cancel it for duty top, so.
So you will not eat. Oh, sick boy.
Yeah.
I'm not help me for food for 4 crowd.
Oh, don't be my bad.
I said, oh.
I can't ever do it. Yeah, I did me.
Hello, very. Okay. Let the G, William.
Yeah. Yo, good morning to Honorable Kodobisa and then Jifa and the crew of Global FM Morning Show. Then a very good morning to our listeners and members of Movement for Change in Volta region. And this time we are sharing the link, so I think people are also watching us all over Ghana. So good morning to Ghanaians.
Okay.
And we are here once again to preach the good news of Movement for Change to you.
What did I have?
Yo.
Okay. All right. Honorable Kodobisa, I know you haven't greeted yet. I don't want to story of whenever you
go. Me dogbe, nchewa dogbe.
Okay.
You chome ba fi aro. Yo la ove mi ba le vugbe do apata mi on yan mu ga ba le jijo na you water na mi ba fi la. Okay. Nche mi ja agba na mi ano. Efegbe. Do ne you che ne you no ya me say. Oh. Mi awele wa o. Host e ola ye vugbe o se. Alo programme là, ye vugbe programme o la nyo mi o me nyo ta ke ho do ne mi la e an mi o mi do. Ya no do fegbe ne mi la mi nya che mi do fegbe. Egbe ame kareji be jijo fegbe o ava. Legbe chowu ye vugbe. Gake ngolo dia we samana mi because over le ye vugbe metala. No nya kele sigwe ko bo o che na do le gbe ma keme ya we ta gake mi aja agba chake po be mia ebe o che wa poto ame yo heme sepe gbe o che la wa poto ya ta won ebe gbe ta gbe chaka na kle sube ame yo le mia bo le fi le to do mi ike o me sepe gbe wa yo che wa po de le emene o bonu contribute la yo che wa to wa contribute me ga ko na mi bibere na nye be gbe ta gbe va le chaka me jijo nyune mi amo la be me de mi duchi ni me me rape o mi ade gbe bibie ne mi wu ga ke ho zube shoke wa mi le o je be mi awe be egbe masela o che wa cho de le me le mi be ye vugbe me ya ta ko ye mi ato me nya be ye vugbe nto de da jira me do me ga ke mi ahwe ne mi ne ma ne be mi do vire chakela mi ga poji kure mi am to mo poko ya jile gbedo ne juplola toke amole gbe po be ngolombe mere ngolombe ele nkudo ji pa ma be o wi kaka match ni wonu ko le nko ense gbe la fileta mo ga no jichi o no le yo sigbe le bia o me wa na ko abo le jidele po enta ya o me ga no bia mu ta egbo po ire ne mi am yo ka la po era si ne ya si bo ga bu iche fan ala be après so après gbe so ta mi jara pe rovo ta egbe yu erota mo ga tiju ele mo jigbo
yo
ma do gbe to na me sia me plenya se la opete waga no mi agbo aga do ada mi bubu gede one mi be show ano to reji cho keke akpene mi
Akpe.
o poli home no la ha me do gbe to henemi
Yo, me who now?
Egbe a nungo nko yen wa de.
Oh, okay. Yo, we say. Akpe, nupola Facebook with akpe na mi todo lao le radio G. Yo she mi awe egale mi ape radio ogbo. Ale mi ape ewona ese. Eye any opinion segment.
Don't movement for change you mama be
William.
Yabe anon beno jenkudo yoji ho mebu na ba glo be akpasire mi one pene ga ite de fetela ga ke ozbe mi kho demele jemela me jema do ngbe ni be mi ha mi kho deme la yin gba me ala be na mi plo fe gbe pele wona ola me ko be ele so be reset agenda la ne wa ajeji ta me poti abotani mega gbeunle mahama ni support ni mi le more to me nyoa mo jala me nya fe jojo tutu ke bu mi le megbele kwa anyeta wano mi adoko mi kareji be Ghana aso ni mi afete mi akwaji jole me kwanya be ke bese saru klidu fu pepe hu dede pele ko infa fa ikeme mi no ba ya onu abanye nu ha abayi
yo akpelo
me nyabe me no be ma no tito ya oga ke we sigbe ko
ya iji enyado le mi asitade eyata ko ye etamia ayede oji kaba be yi no aton adenami le emejujurume. All right, so mi ape nyagbanto cho do deda sina mi ape gajira do fe do jikpola pa pelepe enwume eyi do klola ko do ko da sina we cho ifa ye yenye tanyo meve umi ale nkoda de kacho do klola gbona yenye kakane jina na be le ye do kpoklo me ime gbo gbe de to me na gbe mi choga tamia se epe nya le there won't be political interference and instructions to print more money. Mahama to BOG. President John Dramani Mahama has assured of his commitment to ensuring that the Bank of Ghana remains independent and free from political interference. He emphasized that under no circumstances will he instruct the central bank to print more money. Speaking at a swearing-in ceremony of the newly appointed governor of the Bank of Ghana, alongside the first deputy governor, Dr. Johnson Pandit, Esiama, and Zakaria Momoni, President Mahama voiced his concerns about Akufo-Addo's administration's approach to the banking sector cleanup. He criticized the reforms as overly narrow in focus, failing to account for the human impact of such decisions. Let me take this quote. Deep in confidence indices may signal businesses on the brink, evolving market conditions, or changing household prospects, he remarked. But behind these numbers are real human stories and dreams, either nurtured or shattered, requiring not just analytical expertise, but also empathy and foresight, recognizing the profound human consequences of every decision. He highlighted that the banking sector cleanup had resulted in the loss of thousands of jobs and disruption to lives, stating, and I'm quoting, during the so-called banking sector cleanup exercise, thousands of jobs were lost and lives disrupted because decisions were made with a narrow focus rather than considering their human impact, unquote. He continued by noting that the Bank of Ghana had an opportunity to rescue certain institutions and protect livelihoods while ensuring stability. Reflecting on Ghana's recent, that's the banking history, he warned of the dangers of fiscal irresponsibility and the lasting harm it could inflict on the economy. He emphasized that to protect the economy, it is crucial to uphold responsible fiscal management, strict adherence to legal and regulatory frameworks, and protect the independence of the Bank of Ghana. He concluded by urging the new leadership at the Bank of Ghana to collaborate closely with key institutions, including Ministry of Finance, Parliament, and the financial sector, while safeguarding the independence of their mandate requires. That's the full story of what the President Mahama points from the assurance that yema kakaneji ho na be yema ife dukpokwaro ife jidudu ma biacho miafe gajira do fe ganye Bank of Ghana sibene wa achogao ebe yo dunya gbro ha no gbede to mena wa e ga fonu koto the banking clean up exercise ke eyi eji epe ungbele fe hale ike o mete onle nkude enwunyu de ale wa gbele la megbe to pe no me wunti hafi wo de nenem wanato kwakule gajira do fi ape do kwisi no wa wo do abale ike sede asina wa yape nyawe wo dade ayame echo iva ike mo no edode asina edoji pola kwakule epe ume tayame mia ajo le akpaya. So the blend will continue so that we can satisfy our listeners, our target audience. Sure. So I'll start off with Honorable Kudubisa on this one.
Yeah. Gbe awa be pe gbe ava wu ye fu gbe tare.
Fine.
O de do asine Dr. Siama abe governor of the Bank of Ghana. Alo Gaji Pola Gan dan du kope Gajaru pe kemi obe Bank of Ghana. Dr. Edison ame he poji vaya yire mokeke ike agede efe aside de le donme alo jujo hoho ke hiabe wa atia amebubu de etepe abe miakata mi se initially new kude Dr. Siama fe chatian ike president UEB wano acting hena Council of State pe vava kpela download na juko kpela ta owe acting governor of the Bank of Ghana akai ke otia Council of State ike odo zijia bata ya ha onai da side pe tatia je odo down ne jukola be wa atia Dr. Siama be wanye zimenola alo enuka governor ne Bank of Ghana president egblebe enye America ji daro kakareji le sibe efe dodo owode ga zaza nyaunwa ma ba no abe enu yimi povai ike ogbolole evugbe it was like a crime scene ezebedari no be crime scene la efia be nu nyanga nu von nu dovo wawa tefe popo AI Bank of Ghana vazu le penyi yo vai hafi MPP Julius Jia o fe dodo ore ganya wo ebe amegede vazu fupelao le jukoya me dodo abe DDEP ike wo ebe mi ape pensioner o pele ameyo jiragado be jiriru aton achaji eye wa ake deme alo vide ne yo che be yo hojujo yo jira yo pe gado yo pebe ele secure na yo la President Akufo Addo mi abete mi say ike nya ajo tete ike minority then in parliament led by Honorable Atofosin Ono ewulido be nanele oyo be DDEP ogbo dakpane mi ape pensioner ogbe asizo pe ga eyi jijire demu yakle gati apete anyorore mela nuka mi po President Akufo Addo va de jipone Ghana tobela there will be no haircut then for atava you know there will be no haircut onto nya pe Oxford play Yale yevugbe ma ke no cho bag play do awuye hele conference ko wume egbe ho do na mia onto no se medi mia Ghana to pe bola ji yevugbe oto gbe mi no dodo ya emma we kwa family man out the school sobotala e dey no be ni hey ket e ati ba we na mi sigbe enuka John Kuma of blessed memory o property o be o nyamare ke mele emesigbo ko gana to mi ko afa kala fa asimedi asieva jora medi jora oko pala o fo mi ape etayi o leji etafu oko esuso ke evo be skal ya ko esuso ko mi ape ni o ke fi abe gere mi ape ga o me sizo pete ya tefe ne po mi apa me chichi o hele dialysis ji ikoma to inflammation o pleto nu ma over we bela Ghana du comme va zu fievo agbenono va do fievo MSN gagna over de fou ne mi laisser quoi c'est over la print égal à jamais ya glo president Mahama lebe eyila imano so reckless e si ayinen gagna obo de fou ko ya va duro gbobela no print égal no ma we be inflation va no ji kaka to 54 or 56% at a 54. Point in 2022. Ne don kuji nu mo bete pe fupe mi le nu dudu pe asi over yiji ebudo nyao ta do la over no fupe pe ju come to pete asi chala pete enu me ba no de na mi o epe policy ma o yo ko cover they were killer policies ne don ku bank o ike over gba le ju ko ya me pe finance companies o microfinance company so pété ike webe amel over akpe o ojo ya feme zu domano sito o gba mo pe bank Dr. Adufo Agongo Merwe amo pe bank so pété la o gba we afeto he to nu fu fine leke oyo ni papa question dum akpo pe bank o no flourishing fine ko dovado ju comme vi aussi ya te pa afeto pe nu fu ko va je bebe ka flani tue ke menye be enu dudura me bo mi anto mi ba je po enu fu be pete ekwera ela benuka e ba le malnourished enu fu ba le yonyon kaka yon vo o wa petore chitrenu nu ma pete we be la du ko ya me ba zo abe nuka crime scene ya te fe ke president Mahama me miss West Crown ogblera no te fe ta do ko mi apomo be Dr. Siema ha eiko va ngbe yu ke ache do be ya we plus su be mi ape ganyao atu afọ stability ava inflation no stabilize enu wa adodo le ju ko ya me fiscal policy so ne bank so pe ga kokolo si gadodo ple fi ke wa kana obene ga ime la si wa gba bank wela wa le nkure nu mo pete un plus su be ju ko me anya ano plus su be dokpo we ple dowodu yala wa gbugbo atrova na mi ela be banking sector alone amu yo sini ko ne banking sector le flourish la akpobe the trickle down effect la we be amegede o cho po jijo contractor o amebubu o pete o ko contractor o pe ga o sizo enu manyata lenu gede ojo kenu mi poko e on to pe o be le enu itu head office tu le gama me ka megede gbele enu ile jojo le Ghana fi amenye head office tu nyayo gake eso vire nu mekuku ade fi aye wa tegbere jikote be minority pe consensus yo no gbogbolo be menye bank tu enye mo ke bon ele jeje be yon to pe podo pele jijo popo tala ye nti obia o mele nyane ke se ko nke nya dam dodo ike be aw no le benenu ma gbo ne dono mo oje totrola kemi nu mo togbe atenwa ejiga ke gbede over 300 or 200 something billion yolo eyide ehomame because be in the coming days ele ho je sky train talk la mero yo be no senya me lo gbo be no bia gbo le ho ko gbele ju ko fe gadome ya abado ya ocheji be o manga ba declare ya oche fugitive ke wa sile ju come be yo la colonie de l'America ka wa da colonie abe fere ka pe be o ma gbo wa opete nye na ne ke oje mi le nkure ehun be no atore nu
America me not to come or declare for CEO I mean me le for declare fugitive of justice so
obe na gbovari do mi asi obe trova
la me haya ko atorogbo
o gba be indefinitely fuma ya ta abeto be indefinitely nyamala if you mena pala fare kaite is indefinite esemenari nam keke ya manomela I'll declare you a fugitive you are running away from justice esemenari eso abo wa do adahun toni nenye be le koji etele nu pone lawyer we ya be gbolone special prosecutor bele gboloni bele ti e ke mo na ma tan ponu my ane special prosecutor anto if you be me amekuku enyo me stretch agielo ele meserari aton aponu ta le Jehovah do meila me amejijo amenya be ne me do ya o gale postpone gbebe e ga so pe ku virere pe mi ame pa ile o me pode ya ga ta ni ga ire July mi le ya segbe ya ga ke for the benefit of the doubt la mi kwesi gbede me gbo ta ape hope garomiasi be Bank of Ghana agugbo ano Bank of Ghana tinu ya la be president don gbebe eyi imegbo political interference echokomi print ga echokomi ki ha webe Ghana ga devalue nu sianu atoto agagya dola pleto akakanu abele ke onova ila manu mi kareji be ele ho jego me yina ikele hope na mi Ghana to wa o ma batramo wa yiji ne ma be jijo pokpokle nu koko agagbo va Ghana to pe jimi
William.
Yeah.
The assurance, from the president to the governor.
Yo, akpe, the Kakrame no so far, so good. John Mahama is Elemia Medo surprising, and maybe I continue on this tangent for the next 3 years. I think Ghana will be a better place. I have the opportunity to see the swearing in. Alebe Dongbe, president ya no kodo do asina o susu petele jobe ayi awa donwe akodo du kodeji Bambe president do de jelolo duko ape president jela aho koko vide so you see political interference kede ne wanwa melebeni yitepede o megwese menama because ne lenku den pakosin do me loan amekisin ko employ le Ghana osugbo Unibank, UT Bank, Accra Lunch at Banadenjo. And at least at times this government thing, me no jigbodan because the moment Kenya hot dollar medesikula, egbelame agbedome. That is why even egbe. Initially, probably time it will be no revoke appointment where I was for it. But I got to a time, maybe no, Ghana told because one thing is that I create social vices. The people will become, we can get criminals out of these people, and all sort of things. Tane, Obe Bank of Ghana governor, Navawa Doa. Let the fear the Dukota make a lady politics down. And I so far Mr. Siama doji ponemi pene ye kekple ko yiwa mi adokumia adoji down be fimi hewa no le pene mo henyo we don't know yet because ne pene there nyache mi les jiva better tane efene me kode at least no senkume akodo ya no people come lolo so mi adoji down le fene ke mebe eyevo be reform akodo do adoto mele Bank of Ghana ajira ganya odo edong bebe ayala gba dollar akohefe pleto mala you are make sure be ndidi alo yo toe That would be the first thing. I don't say me pega. Nothing way. Da do dola no jagba. No wawe. Then and the catcher ma bien be bueda no bubo bank ma peteke employer ma no bubo corporate license no then no operate. No make sure implementation and monitoring. Anytime you are implementing something and make monitoring and evaluation, but then wala and ma wado. That no book corporate license na way. No book no employee Ghana to no wado. Okay, government alo Bank of Ghana de periodic monitoring, even every quarter. Every quarter now all monitor la anabe do be on their feet to work extra. That with that president Ella Gbagbaje me surprise and I hope I continue and then continue la. I made all opposition no be nto the data papa do my miako because me menos jikota alalo nemi but no jole amedo akpefu amedo akpefu ton because you over play tagbo sese nu blanu makpo
chodwa me
edefu
All right. The next one, Eyache Gakude, the swearing in, but now away from the president, I'm a who swore in, I'm a hack bodo jire. And Eyache Gbolo, what he said, in line with what the president wants to do. He has also given some assurance that they will restore confidence in the financial sector. How are they going to do that? That's one of the things I'm sure a lot of people are looking out for. Johnson Esiama, governor of the Bank of Ghana, has vowed to restore public trust and confidence in the financial sector. At his swearing-in ceremony, Esiama articulated his vision for a stable, innovative, and future-ready economy through responsible financial governance, digital transformation, and sound economic policies. In a passionate speech, Esiama declared that the reset path, in quotes, the bank has embarked on goes beyond rhetoric. It is about rebuilding trust and confidence in the economy. He committed to serve with diligence, impartiality, and unwavering dedication to the mandate of the Bank of Ghana. He called for the support, partnership, and trust of the people of Ghana as the Bank of Ghana embarks on this new journey to foster growth and opportunity for the country. Ale obuibe hedwa ayi alo ngbododo ike enye ejobe fe edajogbe be yakogove kakaneji ike ebu edukome vio omede egajra do fe ganwa yogugbo trogbo menye gbolojuro ko
sure
awonyo kenye double boy wa
kakadeji enoba biaben ka ahe kakadeji mave en banto ka ahe kakadeji mave one nyafe dollar nyafe cd nyako no jere do
stabilize
anabe kakadeji ava du come view the Bank of Ghana two megblande be no gbogbo ko bank of license na we no employ du come view eya de no we kuraja eya mi megbolo me do one opposition
bank yo what one no call license now for what am boga for the afoveji like aga wado wanye gajra do pe ika mo aga kanoji with the things we have heard you know about them apple or revoke a license we collapse do
bank wa umedu fele e gajra do la umuri America may if you be a hoyo gake
that's one of the issues. Bamoro yobe yoba hoga. One auto say inava. Have you boja gbadu ho ta he yo vala. Enyebe okoga bete ko the consolidated bank me. Be no beto no nyet ndeka. No mega ma bale ko ma ala be the way we're not really performing. Ape yo o anuko.
Fine. but any bear go below. Me a tang below omele performing no. Ekwe daddy. Susuka ta omele performing no. Government then why omele performing no a $1 Messi bewa. Fine. Be no go revive over door now. Amedeva still no mele performing no a mele be na close wall.
Okay,
$1. You see, there is a book I read over Rich Dad Poor Dad.
Yeah.
Ford company, hell, automobile company, they went bankrupt. American government gave them money. Just to help them. There is no way, but anytime you are doing business, you run at loss. Ameda china be a whole loan. And as in any more whole loan, the other businesses just to build up. And there is no way we can say be business ever down. Alo bank a profit make you. So let's close them down. And I make it bosusuke nukele do anivala bobala me. At the end of the day, adefu. Na pressure vale economy ejulo. I'm telling you, na pressure leji. So I think I'm on touch as we speak. Osron megweze menam that I'm a close over banks wala by now. Osron. So no go cover license never. I think they will do better.
Okay.
For now, I will not give a verdict on them. They should re-give them the opportunity. Let's see whether the outcome will be bright. If I no make them well, then this one we can do away with them totally.
Okay. Honorable.
Yeah, Jijo. Excuse me. Banks the over me cannot blow, but it's political persecution. Then you have though if a opponent to open me bank o operate alo gajira o operate le susunu be nenye be jebe o nye junya gbolo ha bubuji dela ochowu ehele ezigia. There is that attempt nenye be may have that large heart to accommodate and think beyond parochial political interests and then absorb that of national interest and do things to reflect the national interest. Ola akwabe adugulepe mome abano amemao targeti be wagba ope do ope o ngolo bebe amegede yu ko hola. They don't belong to only one political persuasion. They cut across. Akpo Gumto, Akpo PDC, NDC, MPP,
PPP, movement.
Akpo Potopite Leme, Ezemera. Tanenya target Americama, forgetting about the rippling effect la. Ni hagbela asogbo ni hejara pe yele. Mi sebe obo ko 9 billion. Ta agbadudu ihe oboyo choro ke fi abe bank omele profit was around 9 billion ga ke ola ko about 30 billion 27 to 30 billion cover le 9 billion problem solve. How on earth can you think recklessly like that? Be nanenye 9 billion na igbugbo na muola wa woni. And even that mi sebenuka banks o gede ope galeji dudun abe ndum ebe yipe gano yen bo kene ila numa gbolo lebe idufalo ile running at a loss la will not happen because ipe gal leji dudubo they borrowed it esemera obe treasury bill obe ke but they don't bring the money back. So if they should release those monies la akpobe the banks will still continue to operate, but in one breath the government has seized their money, got it stuck, and then in another one telling them they have not prudently managed their bank, for which reason they were being shut down. Elemesera ta akpɔbɛ it was a wrongful target bɛ no work o wa wɔ ni elabɛ contractor geɖewo he wɔ dɔ le woƒe regime la n'onya wɔ list ko wa wɔ asterisk ɖe ɖe woƒe ŋkɔ ŋu wivre pɛnbɛ la moga he fe ne ya wɔ so for 8 years some contractors who have worked for government la like these assemblies and other government establishments la they refuse to pay them evɔ no la do ga le bank sɛwɛ nenye be he fe na me ma yɔ tsɔ he bank woƒe egari leke agblɔ be bank wɔ nation but it rather goes to crash the nation. That is why His Excellency John Mahama has learned from that experience and says that no, let us be prudent in our judgment so that we will re-examine or review those things and realize that those banks which were shut down without reasonable what is it or without genuine reasons will be restored so that they will be continuing. As my brother said, there should be a regulatory framework to regulate their operation so that you don't allow them to operate 2-3 years without monitoring and then evaluating their performance. If you have quarterly performance assessment, you realize that no, milemotra, tami gubo mi ve. Academy now that free range. Evaluation report but we think that the way government went about the whole operation la is what this government is saying, that they want to reset, they want to normalize it so that those who were wrongfully targeted and then their banks or financial institutions shut down for no good reason will be restored. So I believe that it should not be a rhetoric, but what I have seen so far, as my brother said, he is on track. Registration card. I don't think that will be the case. A lot of people, even a federal mela, there are 3 political, party members. Akpo CPP to, akpo NDC to, akpo MPP to, akpo movement to, la fere kame.
Yeah.
Gakene nyere ovinye nemele NDC mota maglobe edoni wo na kwa. Enye ke agbanyege ogbo. So I have to look beyond party affiliation and then consider each and every one first as a Ghanaian before our political persuasions must come. But if you want to prioritize political persuasion ahead of nationality or nationalism, that is where the nation will be dragging backwards. And we believe that some of these things will correct them, which Professor Mills started, but these people have derailed that goodwill again, forcing, the current government to go back and reset again. Tamiomi no reset, yo ava no ba, miano gerado, yo ava no ba. Ado afire aglo, miache miayire nubabla koko ame. Nubabla koko agla. Enye aga agla hikame kata asel. Enye no vinye hanye.
Okay, we'll do the last one. It's on education. The Deputy Education Minister. So Deputy Owen Metete Wanacheleji. And at the turn of the Education Minister, the Deputy nominee, Dr. Clement Apak Ehenyadodego, where he is saying that if I had my way, I would pay teachers more than any group of professionals. Deputy Education Minister nominee Dr. Clement Apak has emphasized the vital role that teachers play in the nation's development, acknowledging that educators are the backbone of the country's educational system and would prioritize increasing teachers' salaries above any other profession. The Deputy Minister reiterated that teachers are the most important group of the nation's professional landscape, highlighting that everyone present at the vetting proceedings is a product of teachers' hard work and dedication. He made these remarks while responding to a question before the appointment committee on Tuesday. The Deputy Education Minister nominee further expressed a deep appreciation to the efforts of educators, stating that if he had the financial resources, he would ensure teachers were paid more than any other professional group.
Yeah, me kwese be ni Dr. Apak Blola. Nenye be un se rele nye hansi ma jie pa gbeno pe oreji. Aka ko fe wi aton adare pa gbeno pe oji la. Anyene ma wo afi. Ya ke ozube un se mamela signal I can only wish him, you know, good health and long life. Ele mesarari. Emma de ho wa hefia be ebuta mele nu fiala un ne meteun ga webe o vame on hala. It means he has a good will towards the teaching profession. Elemesera. All of us here. Yatamia nufiala pe slogan. The Kagulebe, if you can read ABCD, you must do what? Thank the teacher. Elemesera. Not A, B, C, D. Tonye na onka. Na dakpede nufiala. Labe ya manomela. Umanyan ka oyabe ABCD. It's philosophical. Menye ABCD nyade de glolo. Nenye be atoma kpo hehe. Ike awodobe wo amenyenye ayi ngo be na ko ade dokwe ade upume pele wo du kobliboa alo awo ebe ngogbe yi ava du komea ekema ejebe mi dakpe nenu fiala la bena amesi amapume vi havazu president o Bank of Ghana governor o pilot to engineer o nusianu echo nu fiala pehehe naname institution de sia de ha ya hohela nu fiala merekwele nu fia oge ezemerari aha ela nye professor o ela nye teacher o ela nye nuka o opete from kindergarten to the highest level la nu fiala we ezemera ena jukope echomenyuna ela be nenye be mi kpo hehe le gogede ome le miape adomegbe nonome le miape adahun alo skills ki he sharpen miape professional skills attitudes and whatever towards nationalism. That is the only point that the nation can grow, and the people behind that is what? Teachers. It's rather ironical, but teachers either are looked down upon. Elemesera elabe oglebeko mfafia ya mendeke yori ochatan ayi ake ekponu kike jole northern sector journalist de ide fimie ya volunteer ovale nu fia de viewe ho nglo ABCD la ejopoto elta G IJK elmelemo yo M ta journalist to le no fia de viewe ekpo be adie ma ne fia nu gbegblen sukuvi ike ochi pele la esokole be na padi ni wanu ele mesara ela be nu ma heti fe tamela ya fia ge ogbo engineer no fia we gbegbele tutu alo bridge gbegbele wowola ehu ogbo na collapse ngele bridge maji ya megbeto fa gbe onuka atime nurse no fia ole suku abi vondodo ike menya fi ado abiro la ele poliomyelitis ple enu o elephantiasis ple dolele vovovo dege amun amero chene tokaji na okola ikukuge mati agbe o mi po quack doctor no ni o ke nurses do wale komaji ike ano vigina mo by force let's mo mesro vigiji unya odeo o cho na meregbo enya po ne zerika zebeko nu mo to gbi la ta amero kura gblebe nenye be ya choro jukore pe chomela ekema weto sukumonu na fianu gbegbelewe ala be no soro nu gbegbele ko ti o be tamela jukoma ingo elemesara nesi vi wana mewu nu fiala no suku vi ogbele engineer wa no nu yo eya mewu wa no gege nu si anu agbele potole jukome yata ni ba mere poje si abe education minister o pere nto ike nye Dr. Apak be nenye be monu popodo wa su isi la nu fiala o fe enuka fetu alo enu nyona mea ya gbo ya pogban ape do ya ba no parliamentarian no pele article 71 office holder o to gbopo eje mi fu ape gan de ni be ni woni kebun o mega nye egborola o rere ko ni adogbera be wa nye nuka eji wola o han ela be mi kareji be if the government should go and cast enuka cut out this wasteful, reckless, extravagant, ostentatious, and what have you, profligate expenditure pattern that some of us display in public that we see glaringly. Après, ana bwebwele be mi tighten. Mi have belt hole mele o to won la. Eya ade funemi. No be mi tighten ya no tight. Ah be president ma ama glebe. Iche le ready be ya tight. Ne mi ache mi tight ko la. Ne nu oje nyonyo la. E ke mi fetu anyu. Ona bwebwele nu fia la sugbon nu yata. Fetu menya danade ejio. Gakene de viu mele school komo le jogue opete ji ala. Mi duo wile glebe nu onuka. No do nu fiala ke beje gbosusu akwele ji nenye be mi nu fiala ni dere sukua nu le kopio ple du vio petit mewa e ata mega cho gbosusu a deny nu ke he je na nu fiala ola aw mi atrokore apak penya gbo mi akpogo be o implement over me ha
apeka aka anabo
yeah me ba do babia hu dongo because me mabia be nka crying problem eta o ma da the teacher be fe tujo every vela sin no gbo ko homework the day to help them to do it is a problem to me. A
lot of people
I don't sit down to say be Michael A B C D. I don't do it. Any problem na me than a teacher there. And normally teacher could work up and blani wanampa and they even don't get the money is from the KG. Because that is the basics.
Maybe you already me a truck or do.
Yes.
Yes.
Foundation and
Yes.
Nese ofe po be mi awenye gomede pe o ne mi meleola kola mali gbede o.
See, that is the basics. Viens no school there, I won't mention the school, man. Come back to the school if you call it cowboy. If you have a problem, he can write. But teacher, the car, lady teacher, it take time. Took him through everything. Now he can write on his own. And make a problem. It was a very great problem that you couldn't solve. No. And the V, na bed there were 30, 40 years teacher the cabo. Na koleke watu control. So there should be a level of, or there should be motivation for these people beyond what they are taking. Me ata be Canada, it got to a time you overthrow no je, overthrow teacher, overthrow nota le fafia, and see to cope no menya wala. Waje go mention be ago ogo, so quickly they have to do something about that. So I think be mega bosusu, we need the teachers, we need them. The documentary there Dencho, one of the communities teacher the couple of me suku hopeteke nyeleme efi this is the classroom. That teacher beto bo kovela ojo the kadeche teacher la akwa school vio school atrok bova apeyanto, and it means Bella we want education to go everywhere in Ghana. So why is it that it is difficult for us as a country be me do a lot teacher I teacher oja agba and elewe mi do a lot pa. So good call Kecho deputy minister bo I think be play boss no be blind, you should think about it and video aga come motivate teacher it's okay no propose
okay.
No propose
chako 10% data then no ganyo kwa
10%
ya polio nyu ojora de
dite la then no nyoko wa gbere adeji wa gbere
ta teacher akpenemi kaka ne me amedo will not man not the majority even na me then the school in Gochela ekosuku vide esemenam that they which kokpolodokwe and ojagba tamani yira obe mi afa
fetu chale jipo ka kefia odidi va eba gere ngba
tamiela ko bi
mi je mi ko la ngba ni me je mi
Gbere ya no be afọpa check.
me have you agloda kwade.
I check me have belt.
Nufafia is not only in the formal sector.
Sure.
Yeah.
It's also in the informal sector.
Mm.
Tamenye be suku komeko ayafi asro no.
That is it.
Even outside the classroom.
Yes.
Those who train us, we should put premium on them.
Yeah.
Mi ga lebe now.
Okay.
Abe me ga pe hun mi ne be esro wa lo boyfriend we yen teacher ko be over me ko ejibe aba be engineer but teacher anya me ga on ma mi na be bu ni do ne no dadare o cheji mi asoro no mi ayo be teacher so me no
no ba gbedenyo no they were proud. They were very proud. Na be mama to be teacher
no dey teacher wa to agbele ku
teacher soro
ede ibi ama wonu po gan ne chere ko akwa be teacher anto ala jabo biada ela be value teacher
o dagbele ne teacher we
egbe ni mi yan ke le du kura te ne dagla ni no ba je du na yen la gba go me.
Okay. I think our listeners want to share in the conversation. Yeah, ho, yeah, vedo. Komia ko unu mi afa gamia head devil 0247 900 764. Enye kapujese. Atawa gere biaji afo ndami. Hello, good morning.
Dami John.
Yes.
Focus le kadri chomolegi.
You focus.
Orabo Koto.
Yes, please.
Hagbenzi ofe akpọchọvi ofe golochọvi senko ya fele.
Emeka.
Maguma sen konwido.
Enya kwenyebe ejebe mafonu kude teacher ofe didi no nti. Abare deputy minister Agbeya Orabo Koto hado bejia. Ejebe edukolawa a troko de nufiala ofe fetubalo fe didi no bola be enabe sector mele appealing to many young people elabe many young person ya opuswe ya ko pe sinyeswe ko at least umetel ako confessari after decent home use yuta kura ike wakana foto edo moto kuku de zawo le gbere fe moto de we en avomia kwopomia nya to ike iko mi dole the same university the same degree the same qualification ko after 6 months a year ko ni adogo program beko ule Mercedes Benz me ule gbagbo me kwa bia no probere agokai jenema every developed countries o prioritize no fiala ofe de dino no fe fetu alabe o ejitelo ojo ma de kukube edukpola yiye na jagbagba wa senkume they will live what
Hello? Focusy. Okay.
Kada be
Ah.
ye nyenu fiala alo ye vi alo ye so ye to alo ye fambe de nyenu fiala be epe standard of living la ela better actually because market ka komina
Okay.
embe ka ko ka teme wana tane other sectors one not living good we can teach us oko ya person is thinking about la and yet we produce all the material for other sectors la ma de kukube diploma mahama ne jagba na live the legacy baby because they say ko no why history baby the only president that have changed the fortunes of Ghana Bale Ameganye Orabo Koto do pejine abo after the ya double busy
Akwe.
Oh. Oh, the how focus the akpe where enyaya ekavie. I don't know if you are a teacher or I love you, then you're a teacher, or you just sharing the sentiments of teachers and you are making this passionate appeal. At the hello?
Hello, Sadijo.
Yes.
Dr. Nongo Isaac Kodobusanam, and your folk come like the Cardinal to Clepe. Majuma has to swear in the bed. I don't put when President Mills had to deliver what we are to Polanina. And now, question teacher, but never and your teacher, so bogus in head that domain. I feel let's say, Sigma work as an order. I don't put here. Gone are the days, no postgraduate teachers way to communities and rural areas, but not January. Over the family, you want, you might you, can you valley, the Babu Buji, President Moss, away in a way, teaching and learning that, and possible are not accessible and affordable. And me no be Ketonia teacher way. Hey, President Moss, head from a President Mahama Valley. It was the same. Kakan President Mahama lose power at 2016. Nana Kufa Bagman teaching food. Every guy teacher Dory make it attractive to people to enter into. Na teacher union someone of Ghana the see. What decided to Kolana na Kufa the Jubilee House. Nyagana na Kufa the Bonawe. Society do. Na phone na Kufa the teacher be audio manam. Nyaka teacher Ogbro. They took that matter into themselves and swallow it. Nana Kufa the number the teacher do the many do no one water 11 oji do bubu ko pe e bo teacher fianu egbe we about to Kolola egbe le ko ya me
Tronya Betevachi Nana Kufa Enya Betevachi Nana Kufa do ji ike fia be medoto ne do to angle ike Nana Kufa do ankanema ayi fuma Damia Kweko said a fimi ma call you yara mamla yara kpaya. Hello, good morning. Yes.
Echo no view original Michael Dekaji.
Okay.
Honorable no for gentlemen let me. Yeah. Oh, but they happen no fear who to 1992. You are framework back by they can never no fear across the country. It has been problems since Ghana Nyaje came Kumanya one Kenya Watobo. The democratic practice. Particular, the communal feel our photo then come away. Tiny Macbeth, many other problems on a minya problem to turn feel up only, Minepa, and open a problem to talk on a successful government to open Kume. Each time, any government that will come, open up a problem, open a successful government too. So these people, they know their problems already. I'm not talking about teachers about problem when you. But the way we can solve the problem from them, that is the most difficult thing for us in this country.
Okay.
Me never teachers or me I'm a semi-carrying back a gila. Never not Kuala, journalist document Kuala. Me never aired the matter now. I am the Puraco and Mapato. I can't make a driver. Make a artillery.
Okay.
These are all my own resources. Another teachers were you can at least a 2K caller. Matter to you have other means, you have to get different work attached to your worker. I think it's a very nice call. Some teachers will that, but whatever done, a school guardian, or a school 10 take school you guardian and teachers were. Hey,
all right.
So that's the idea.
Original Michael, because of time.
Okay. Good morning and have a nice day.
Yo, for my yes.
30 seconds, Mantura Kadi. Ambe ko Ghana gafa ganyoji enye Bank of Ghana. Later, Bobango or Wukafa, walk to Ghana, over a Ghana, while go over the share the cocoa, a Gako where look at an apple to Emma. What Punya Tafa, Magamu, the Dadamu, Yakuina Kalashina, Akbar, email you.
You for McLean Dagazu, Weber Futanami. Ame yo kata jibe yoga you apeta flache me do yi e follow me agbo tamie wo nu mi akọ egbeto le mi ko eko ese afie nye ya mi ko ko atile ho ga kemenye golo ko ati o tamie dape be mi edoto me no mi agbo ede no jedodo amecho gomajeje ameyo do gbeda se do da mi ameyo kpo mi le Facebook mi aga no mi agbo echo ganye yawoda mi le tetera pe un vile fida gbe ko mi wu etienu eye choa enye dukolo la pe State of the Nation address anno ya me aga fonu na duko na mi asel Frank be mi ko me pen paper mi ajot point to that ta echo heganye another busy day for us mi atrova ya volanje pele nyame jojo vovo mi sapeto William Tenufenko no movement for change the people honorable Kodobisa heke no NDC dunya glo hatepe mi however ekpere don wo de tepe mi da pe na mi mi eji nkeke fe jogbenyu na mero la mero jolly base do tare mi da so lo ya so na ko ye Joyce Jijo afola he ye do hati Frank about them pepele bless you were passing them your egbe wada had de tefe ego dodo gale ne ma for me
ewe